Good morning to the best family on YouTube. Good morning. Today's quote of the day is this one. And this is a little different, mind you. So bear with me. If you ask yourself, who's your hero? Some of you think superheroes. Some of you think grandparents, parents, best friends, family, don't matter. You think of somebody. Me, on the other hand, I think of me 10 years later. Kind of confusing, right? Because the way that I think is very different. Everyone wants to meet their hero. Everyone wants to beat their hero. Me, sure, I want to beat my hero. But that's 10 years later. See where I'm going with this? So when I was 15, okay, a person came up to me and said, who's your hero? I said, me 10 years. And this is 2 weeks after. So then the same person asked me when I was 25, who's your hero? I said, it's me 35. So the way that I'm thinking about it is I'm never going to achieve what I want to achieve if there's a timeline, right? So when I want to achieve something, it's actually more attainable when you say, I want to do this in 10 years. Because that's a long-term goal. You want to beat yourself in a situation where you give yourself a timeline and say, I want to beat myself in 10 years. But when 10 years comes up, you say, I want to beat myself 10 years later. So you're never achieving the goal. You're always bettering yourself because you don't know what's going to happen 10 years. You don't know what's going to get thrown at you. But you have these timelines, right, in your life where it stops for a moment. In that moment, it's a red line that says, I'm gonna stop it right here. Here's a trial, here's an error, here's a life lesson for you. And then after you win that, then the timeline starts again. And then time stops. And then that's when you hit your 35 mark and you go, okay, I achieved what I wanted to achieve when you're 35 looking back, right? So now you're going to 45, 55, 65, 75, 85, 95. At this point, you're 95 years old and you're going 10 more years. Let's go. And then that's when you're at the last lap. 95 goes around, 96, 97. If you even hit 100. That's where your timeline stops. That's something that I had to deal with. See you guys tomorrow.